It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Where do we start?
Hello?
Hey, are you there?
Didn't know if we were on the air or not.
We are. We are.
It's a bebopping.
Welcome to the new rap show. The new rap show here at
Yeah.
SNSN.
Practice my signs.
Yeah, word. Have you ever tried to rap?
Yeah, no.
It doesn't come out right.
No.
I just can't do it.
I'm no Vanilla Ice.
You're just vanilla. No, I can't. I just I don't. I've never. I've tried. And then you even try to do it just to be silly and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It still doesn't
I
work.
can do a little Kid Rock, but
Can you?
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Anyway,
I think he rapped a little bit, but
what do they call
country
that?
rap.
Do they call that country
Yeah,
rap?
something
Is
like
that
that,
what
yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of country artists that do that now.
Mhm. Yeah, I listen to it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
You're redneck.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
redneck.
wait a minute. Can't say that.
No, I'm a white neck. No, I can't say that either.
Can't say that either.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No neck.
Neck. You're just a neck. But you can't say things anymore. You can't say anything.
Actually, when we were thumbing through for some topics, I found something like the woke.
Yeah. Oh.
The Victoria's Secrets lost a lot of money when they went woke.
Oh.
They just had a thing about that. Yeah.
Well, did you get into it at all?
They said woke became broke. That's what the title was.
Woke became broke.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's definitely a big segment of society that is quote unquote woke.
Mhm.
So
And they're broke. So
I don't know. There are just things that they're argument starters.
Yeah.
They're just argument starters. So
and have no argument to make. Kind of. That's
Fryer says, "Go woke, go broke."
Yep.
So, oh, by the way, Scott, I know you saw it on Facebook the comment, but congratulations on Dylan and his letter of intent to his school of choice.
oh nice.
So,
College?
not bad. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. I just signed my letter of intent to Three Rivers.
Did you?
Yeah. They're starting off a new polo team.
Yeah, you're gonna do that? Yeah.
I figured, what the hell,
Is it naked polo or is it just polo?
It is naked polo, but I figured, try something new.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
I figured I finally tested negative for COVID-19, so let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So yeah, there's a big segment of society now that is woke.
Yep.
I don't even know if I really know what the definition of being woke is. Does anybody know what the definition of being woke?
I have an idea, but I don't know if that would be the answer.
Well, you want to try? Come on.
Unrealistic?
Okay, here it is. According to Wikipedia, woke is an English adjective, excuse me, meaning quote unquote alert to racial prejudice and discrimination that originated in African American vernacular English, which is a thing, AAVE, Beginning in the 2010s, it came to encompass a broader awareness of social inequalities such as sexism, and has also been used as shorthand for American left ideas. See, even Wikipedia is political.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's good. You can go in and log in and make your own definition of something and put it in there.
Yeah, I think you can. And a big part of the woke generation was led by Erykah Badu, who's a singer.
So it sounds like it's
Okay.
like a lot of other things. It started out as a good concept and became just totally like out of control.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it basically it became a movement.
Yeah.
It became a movement.
Yeah.
So, I will say, I think a lot of, or some people that are quote unquote woke, I think it's I don't want to go there.
Well, I think it started out.
I think some people that are part of the woke generation will claim that somebody is racist.
Yeah.
Even though
I think they've gone.
I think it's an excuse.
They've taken on their own intent.
Huh?
I think they've taken on their own intent.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah,
I agree.
They hate racism, but they've kind of turned it into their own brand of racism. That's what that's.
Yeah. So if I said to you,
Mhm.
let's say you were Libyan, all right,
Mhm.
and you were at my dinner table, and we were friends,
Mhm.
and you just looked at it and went, "Oh, white people food." Would that be racist?
Personally, I would laugh, but
No, personally,
yeah,
right,
personally.
right.
But I think people today
so-
have to be careful because anybody's perception of anything turns into reality.
Right.
That's what it. And
See, if you talk to the woke generation,
everything is.
that is not racist.
Oh no.
But if I was at his table and said, "Oh, this is Libyan food," that would be considered racist, according to the woke population. So, just to give you an idea what the definitions are, and what I had heard was the reason why is because the white race has never been oppressed. So that's why when it happens one way, it is, and the other way, it's not.
I think if they go through history, they'd find out reality is quite different.
Well, okay,
Yeah, because if you go to the era where the Muslims went and oppressed the white people,
right.
back in history, they were oppressed at one time. They
Mhm.
just they don't know that because they haven't looked through history. It's we'll call it brand of person,
Yeah.
has been oppressed at some point.
I think so. Every brand.
I call that.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Let's see. Scott says, alert to injustice to society. Briggs, good morning. Alert to okay. She basically says
That's
same
another
thing. Alert to
definition of it.
injustice in
Yep.
society, especially racism, or perceived racism.
Right.
And cultural appropriation is the new thing. So I think a lot of people in the woke generation are sitting there going, when they claim, that you are racist, I think sometimes it's just a claim just to say, well, I got this on you.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
And I said to a couple of people in the younger generation, I'm saying, you didn't grow up in my time period,
Mhm.
And because I guess to say I'm not racist is really racist.
Yeah, you flip anything around.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, okay, but you didn't grow up in my time period. You didn't grow up when I grew up. What our perception was,
Mhm.
And it's like, all right, I'm not a bad person. I don't have anything against, anybody. It doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where I won't even make those kind of racial jokes because I just don't think they're funny.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
No, it's true.
What do you think? What do you think?
Well, I think that a lot of the people I know and hung out with aren't racist or sexist or
Okay.
homophobic, whatever terms you want to use for anything. They joke about stuff, but
yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean that's what they believe. I think we've gone into a generation of where you just can't joke about anything anymore because people are going to get offended at anything, depending on who they are.
Yeah.
It's, you look at a lot of comedians now that are taking a lot of heat for jokes that
Mhm.
even the people that are offended because they want to claim they're woke now are taking offense to.
So Richard gives us another definition. Woke is physically shaken when in a deep sleep. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
And he also says heterosexual white male, only demographic not in a protected class and open to discrimination.
Exactly.
Not open to discrimination by everyone else. Fact.
I mean, I would kind of disagree with that because I think
me
they
why.
are discriminated against.
The white American male?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Highly.
I think so too.
Mhm.
I mean, let's just think about it for a second.
We're guilty of everything without doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be really careful.
Mm-hmm.
Being a white American male now.
Yeah.
Because you can be blamed for
Like
everything.
you said, white heterosexual male, you're guilty for when you wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How about this? Here's something that happened in my life when I was about 25 years old.
Mhm.
I met a girl at a gas station, and it was all because I was there and I'd locked my keys in my car, so I was waiting for AAA. And of course, AAA takes you like 4 hours to show up. So we talked, had a good conversation, and she gave me her phone number, or her work phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Said, here, we'll finish the conversation here. Okay, great. So 2 days after that, I turned around and I just sent her flowers because I knew where she worked. She told me, and I sent them flowers. Next thing I know, I get a visit from Norwich Police at my work. Hi, do you know this person? Yeah. They had a copy of the receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Did you send these? Yeah. It turned out this girl went ahead and told police that I was calling her and making lewd suggestions in the middle of the night. And I looked at the officer and said, I don't even know her last name. And this is before caller ID or, any of this crap. And I said, I don't even know her last name. I don't know where she lives. I don't know anything about her except, that we met at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
But, all of a sudden, because somebody makes a claim, all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're canceled.
Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, the officer turned around and said, well, I don't think we have anything here. But still, I went through like two times of interrogation.
Yeah.
It turned out that she was engaged and her boyfriend found out about the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And she got in trouble. So
it happens all the time. Happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria, good morning, Victoria, says, it's a sad world when everything you say can be thought of as offensive and or racist.
Right. True story.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's my own. But you know what? It's affected me to the point where I don't send roses or carnations or daisies or dandelions because it just bugged me. I'm like, wow.
So no more roses.
Tried to do something nice. I'm not sending you. No, I did not send those to you. It wasn't me. I can guarantee that to you. It was not me. Scott says the secret is not giving AF. That's it. Except when it's on a t-shirt, AF means always friendly. So Victoria says you could send me flowers, Mike. No. That right there. That's the.
How about
that-
chocolates?
Nah, see, you know what? That's just like, you know. Here's the apple. Take a bite. No, not doing it. So that's the woke generation, and I mean, all right, it's fine.
Well, like I said, I
Go
think
get
it
that
started.
education.
I think it started with a good intent, like everything else, and blew up and have been taken advantage of to meet someone known.
But it became a huge movement worldwide, mainly in the United States.
Yeah.
But it did.
Yeah,
And it is. I shouldn't say did. I mean, it's still ongoing.
I think
So
they just need to calm it down a little bit, make it more realistic.
going back to the thing that I said about the dinner scenario.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Remember, I said one side it's racist and the other side it's not. What do you think about that?
I think you can't do that. If you're going to preach something, you got to practice it. That's why I was saying a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of these woke generation people, they preach one thing, but then they flip it around and
When it's different to them.
Yeah.
Or it may incriminate them.
Mhm.
Okay.
like they're saying, oh, you can't say that, you can't be that, you got to be more tolerant. Like, yeah, but you're not tolerating what I think or say. It's
So you want to talk about oppressed people? Let's talk about Native Americans. Okay.
Okay. All right.
That's there's a race of people that have been oppressed.
They have been. They're still oppressed, though.
They
That's the
still are.
thing.
Oh, they
Why?
still are.
Because they own casinos. A lot of them have mansions.
No. You're talking about less than 1%.
Maybe.
You're talking about you are. I mean, I've been out,
Mhm.
to reservations in the Midwest, and
Here's the thing: are they oppressed, or are
poor.
they just living the way they've always lived, and they're not trying to do anything else? That's what I really.
no,
That's
the
the
government said, "Here,
difference.
have this land," and now you're there by yourself. And there's
Right.
not a lot of economy, or and they're in a lot of ways they're kind of cut off.
But can they develop the economy? Can they build it?
But when you don't have
bigger?
any resources, it's hard to develop. It's like taking. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible,
Mhm.
but I've seen it. In a couple of different tribes. It's a thing, man. I'm telling you.
No, I'm just
It's
trying to
really
figure
a
it out.
thing.
Why don't they have resources? I don't, because they get money all the time from the federal government, don't they?
No.
No?
No.
No,
No.
they don't have anything out there that they can.
No.
Build or-
Well, I mean, there's college funds and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but no, they don't. I mean, a lot of people around here are used to, or they'll say, Indians. Okay, there's the Mashantuckets,
Mhm.
and then there's the Mohegans, and they've got big casinos, and they get stipends, and they're just living high off the hog
Mhm.
because they've got that big old casino revenue. No, you go to Black Oak, Arkansas.
Mhm.
There's no casino there, anything, and you have a bunch of Native Americans who are under the influence of alcohol because there's no help to get them, clean and moved on to something else. Believe me, they're a forgotten society for the most part. And I think the United States, says, to a small, like I said, the less than 1% turns around and says, here, build these casinos because we care. Everybody else, you got to go to some of these. And I mean, have you been to a reservation other than Mashantucket
No.
or
No, that's why I'm asking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because those people can't go out and get jobs everywhere, all the other areas around them, or.
I know what you're saying, they have this, they have that. Well, you could say that around here too,
Oh, I do say that around here. Yeah.
and it's like, well, no, but there's also a lot of government help
Mhm.
for different parts of society. Native Americans, not so much.
No, I say that for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Victoria, I'm still not sending you phone. So
I said that to a kid I knew, and he was a white male. He says, "Oh, my life sucks. My life sucks." I said, "Yeah, but what are you doing?"
I think the white American male is the one that's discriminated
Yeah.
against, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would say it all the time, and I'll probably take some heat for it. But what's the first thing? For instance, I went to a firefighter application
Mhm.
process in East Hartford one time, a long time ago. Not today, a long time ago. and we were told they're hiring a Hispanic female.
Okay.
So we're like, well, why are we doing this? And we sat down, we filled out the applications. There were some Hispanic females walked in the room, sat
Right.
down, put their names on the test, and walked out.
20 years ago, when I was 20, no, more like 25, when I was with Radio Shack, who's now defunct. Well, we had a district meeting, and one of the things that they had said is that they want to become one of the top 100 companies in the country to work for. And it was really all just a big thing to go ahead and push the stock price up, get it to a certain point, split down, and everything. So that was certainly, and it worked. But one of the things, and I'll never forget this, is now Radio Shack was a male dominated society. I mean, I'm talking about the employees. 10, not even 10%, like in the district I was in, were female. Well, they said the one district manager, his name was Chris Frank, he said at a meeting, he said, we need to hire more females. And then we had to watch, and he told us why, by we had to watch some sort of, Fort Worth Radio Shack propaganda. And it said that if we can even the balance sheets a little bit, with 50% male, 50% female, they literally came out and said there are tax breaks.
Yep. It's all about the money.
And I'm like, well, why don't you just hire the, whoever, male or female, because they're qualified for the job?
Oh, what?
So there you go.
That's what I always thought. And I wish there was somebody that could actually explain why they don't do this. Don't put your name on an application. Don't put your race, sex. Just put down your qualifications, your work history or whatever. And you have a serial number. You take the receipt, you match that serial number. And then if they pull it out, whatever, that's your.
Well, one thing, like I know, like talking to people that come in that may want to be a part of SNSN, you cannot ask them their birthday. The only thing you can ask is, are you over the age of 18?
Really? Because they put it on an application.
Not anymore.
They took them off?
Yeah. All it says is, are you over the age of 18? And are you able to work in the United States?
Oh.
If so, if not, say, then it says, you have working papers, green card, whatever. But
yeah, or maybe just put a last name, that's it. Or just have a non-identifier of race, age, sex.
Well, there's I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I think there are some things that are still pertinent, like social security number. They'll ask,
Sure.
And the reason, and license number, and the reason why is because
background check. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's just you
right. But
you have to protect your own company.
Right. No, but like the first step.
Okay.
So we're choosing that first step by your qualifications and work history. That's it. And
I agree.
Then if they if they like what they see first, then do the background check.
I think interviews should be done on a partition. You have the hiring manager on one side and you have the prospective employee on the other side. You don't see each other. And then you go through the question and answer process that way.
Yeah. That could be good.
And or type your answers so you don't hear the voice, because you don't know. You could have like a female or a male. Let's say it's a guy. And what they want is somebody that has a really deep voice. Something like I can't even get
like a radio host show.
Yeah. Like, hey, what's up? But you type your answers, and that kind of takes all the mystery right out of it. So then you find out what the qualifications are, and if they're a good fit for the job, or through that type of conversation. Then move on to a second round.
Right.
So
I think there's ways of doing it, but I don't think they're.
Good morning, Joanne. listening in and watching in from Hershey, Pennsylvania today. Bring me home a chocolate bar. Victoria says, I just helped my son fill out a job application online. It asked for gender and gave a list of about 30 options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that says does not apply? Or
And I think you have to ask gender just because of, like certain human resources qualifications. Like,
right, you're meeting the quota.
Exactly. Well, I don't know if it's so much meeting a quota or
it's not the right term, but that's what they're really looking at. How many male versus female?
They're not going to tell you that.
Well, I mean, when you have to fill out your stats to the state or federal government, especially like if you're looking for grant funds,
yep.
Do you meet these requirements, male versus female?
Right.
What doesn't apply today? So why does it matter?
So what you're saying is that companies really don't give a shit. They're just sitting there playing by the rules to see what kind of tax break and or money they can get to continue their business, but they really don't care about you. That's what you're saying.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you got to play the game.
And I think that's a lot worse than being woke or unwoke.
Right.
Especially when you're looking to, get a job to feed your family.
And who are the ones that now are being hit the most by that?
Hit me. Say it. Come on, say it.
Heterosexual white males.
Yeah.
Think
about it.
I know this doesn't exist, the term, but it's reversed.
What do we qualify
racism.
for? What do we qualify for?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
You can have all the qualifications in the world. It doesn't matter anymore. That's what it comes down to.
We don't.
No.
We don't qualify for jack.
No.
And I've said that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one of the reasons why I left Verizon. Other than I went full goose bozo, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Oh, yeah. I never told you that story.
Violence in the workplace? No, yeah.
No. No, I just couldn't do it anymore. I mean,
no, you didn't really.
Mike had a nervous breakdown.
You said you wanted to go into radio, so that was.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but there were reasons. So. So anyway, where the hell was I going with this? Oh, one of the things is I contacted our HR department because I knew pretty much everybody in the state, and parts of Massachusetts and Rhode Island, because, when you're, part of that society, in that work environment, you kind of, you go to meetings and you meet people and stuff, blah, blah, blah. So one of the things that I had said to Human Resources, or I asked the question, I said, why has Verizon Wireless why have they not promoted somebody over the age of 35 from a non-managerial position to a managerial position? And then they say, oh, yeah, it happened. Yeah. And I'm like, when? Just in our area. Well, that's not appropriate to discuss. No. I said, because you haven't. And then they threw a name at me. And it was already somebody. Well, first of all, they were 37, but they were already in a managerial position for the last 8 years. So that would have made them 29 when they were promoted. So the question was not what are they today? They couldn't answer it. Could not answer it because the majority of the managers at Verizon Wireless were between the ages starting or promotion 25, 28.
Wow.
Fresh out of college, that kind of thing. Didn't know jack about reality, business, nothing. They had a degree. Said, I might be able to do it. They couldn't do it. So I went further, to the point where I got in a little bit of trouble.
Oh.
And then finally I just flipped them both the double birds and said, you guys are stupid. I said, you guys, because you can't prove anything. They danced around it like crazy. But the fact of the matter is that Verizon Wireless, when I was with the company, they were not promoting anybody over the age of 35 from non-managerial to managerial positions. Just wasn't happening.
Why was that?
I don't know. You asked me. They never gave me an answer. They just said, oh, yeah, we've done it. Oh, yeah, when? Then they even said, don't give me names. Just tell me where. Even if that person is not even in the position anymore. Yeah, nothing.
Wow.
So there you go. Ridiculous, but it's true. But it's been going on forever. My dad, when he was in his early to mid 40s, he worked for American Standard in Warrigan. They make toilets and sinks and stuff like that, or they did, and then they closed down their.
Yeah, I thought they closed, right?
Yeah, a long time ago. And my dad didn't have any work. So he collected. He worked under the table. I don't think they're coming after him now, though. He's 80. They don't care. He worked under the table, and they offered him. I wasn't even supposed to be here. We're supposed to be in South Carolina or Ohio, and the reason is because they were going to move us to where American Standard, because they're union. They were union at that time, and they were going to protect this job like that. So there's that. My mother said, no, we're staying right here. You want to know why? My mother, and this is the God's honest truth, as God is my witness. This is what she said. We are not moving out of Griswold because I love the school system. That's exactly what she said.
Wow.
Now we are talking 1977, 78, to give you an idea how that happened.
Wow. Here you are.
Yeah. But it was because of the school system she didn't want to move. And she was happy with the school system, with Griswold Public Schools.
Well, that's a big deciding factor in a lot of people's where they move. So,
but just to give you an idea, how long this has been happening, with people don't want to move because of, that's a thing, because of Griswold Public Schools. They want to stay.
Wow.
Exactly. So, yeah, here we are.
And there we were.
Huh?
And there we were.
So now our conversation kind of moves up to everything that we've been going through in the last 5 years. Let's just say 5 years in this world, in this society, this community. Do you feel that a lot of this is just a bunch of crap to kind of throw us off the trail of what might really be going on? Or is that just a conspiracy theory? So, I want to know what you guys think, too, that are in the chat room. Are we being pushed off the scent because they're trying to fool us because something else is happening? Or is it really just a conspiracy theory?
Well, I think it's kind of yes and no. I think that they're always trying to throw us off our.
Okay.
Like, if you're talking, well, I guess you got to look at who are they? The federal government, or I think they're always trying to throw us off from what's really taking place, what's really going on, because a lot of them are just lining their own pockets. But I think also everything that's been taking place is real. But I think they take advantage of it.
So they twist it.
They twist it to benefit what their plan is or what they want to get out of it the most. So
Cindy says, I actually wonder about that quite a bit. I think a lot of people do, but they don't want to say anything because maybe the people will go, oh, you don't know what's going on. You have no idea.
You get those people, follow the science.
Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
That's where I tell people some people don't talk to me anymore because of that I went to high school with, because they became nurses and doctors.
That's sad.
Yeah.
And
it's and they're like, oh, you can't say that. Follow the science. Like, Well,
You know,
I am.
When it comes down to it, you're still a person.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why wouldn't you talk to me? Aren't we friends? You know, oh, we have a couple of different beliefs. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bet you, Rich, there's probably 10 or 20 different things we could probably come up with at breakfast that you and I do not agree on.
Sure.
Doesn't mean I don't like you.
And that's part of the, you want to call it woke society belief today. That's what's really taking place. And whether or not it's really what woke means, that's what's taking place. But I think, again, people are tired of hearing about COVID, but that's one huge example. I think, yeah, the COVID exists. Does it exist? Yes. It's existed for, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of years. It's just a different strain, but yes, it exists. Where did it come from? Well, they have proof that it came from the, what do you want to call it? I don't want to say factory, but laboratory. So, but does it exist? Yes. But have they taken advantage of it to scare people to get their
Agenda?
That's the word I was looking for, to take place? Yes. I think that's what's really happened.
So somebody with the name of Dot Connector.
Dot Connector?
Come on. That's not a fake name, is it?
No. Is that the person behind the screen?
See, this is what I'm telling you, this is what I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all. And personally, here's something I don't like. And I'm not saying this person is trying to rile things up. He's not, or she's not, or I don't even know. But if you had something to say, use your name. Use your name. You know, don't hide behind a screen name. That's a bunch of crap. Sorry, but it is. But anyway, he or they say the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012 legalizes government people.
What?
Or propaganda, sorry.
Legalizes propaganda?
Yep. Vaughn, good morning, Vaughn from Florida. He goes, I am from the government and I am here to help are the 9 worst words.
There was a president that said that.
Dot Connector says toxins cause illness, not germs.
Yeah.
Let's connect the dots to your name. You know, I'm not saying you're not saying anything that is unrealistic or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, use your name. I mean, who are you? You know, I mean, I'm not going to lose any sleep, you know, on it, but I don't know why people feel the need. You know, it's like, do you really believe your own stuff? I guess is what I'm saying. If you've got to create a name.
Yeah. Now, looking on the flip side of that, I think they believe what they're saying.
But they don't want you to know what they believe.
Because they're afraid of getting reprisal from it, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But it's because people are going to go after people now for.
So, like, my name is Mike, by the way. And you can look it up on my profile, but just here. So there you go. I'm not trying to be a smartass. I'm being honest. You know, I mean, you know, it's very easy to see where this is coming from. I'm not hiding from anybody or anything. And it's not that I don't respect your opinions, because I do. I just don't like
who are you?
The hiding behind the mask kind of thing, you know? Vaughn says Ronald Reagan, best president. Minarski is my name. You want it? What else you want to know?
Oh, they're asking you the question.
Yeah. Without divulging anything. All right. So now you tell me your name. I'll wait. Again, I don't have any problem with this person's opinions. I honestly do not. I just don't have. It's like if you're going to say something.
Have they given an opinion yet?
Yeah, well, I read a couple. This person said toxins. He goes, Dot Connector. Whatever. Okay.
Someone's screwing around.
Yeah, so what? Okay, you're done. So it goes back to the thing is, are we being thrown off the path? Or is this a conspiracy theory?
I think that's been going on forever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I know your name, Vaughn.
But I think they've been doing it forever. But I think now they're having ways of taking advantage of it because what's going to scare people the most is
Yeah.
being sick and dying. So that's what they're taking advantage of.
Yeah.
And they creating their agenda and pushing their agenda through the use of that. That's all. That's all.
You know, because like you never know. Like I mean, like in 20 years from now, we're gonna say, "Oh boy,
Mm-hmm.
man, they got us."
Mhm. Yeah.
Or will we just say, "No, just another conspiracy theory"?
All the above.
Because you have what's going on? Like Pelosi supposedly is going or not going to Taiwan, or did she decide to go?
Well, I heard yesterday she wasn't going.
Okay, yeah, I heard she wasn't going to. Or, you know, what's going on between Russia and Ukraine? You
Yeah.
know, it seems like we're hearing quite a bit of stuff,
Mhm.
and a lot of it's coming from people reporting it on social media with things happening in the background.
Mhm.
So a lot of times the big media can't hide it because people are putting it
Mhm.
right in your face. So
And all this stuff has been going on for a long time too. It's not brand new.
right.
but-
Well, Vaughn, geez, if you're in Connecticut, stop on by.
Is that the dot connector?
No, I'm not even worried about that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they were giving the name.
No, it's an old friend of mine named Vaughn
okay.
Russell. Matter of fact, we you know how we met? Playing we had a band exchange between our two schools. I was at Grizzle High School, and I played tuba.
Mhm.
Stereotype, right? And Vaughn, well, actually, I played sousaphone,
Mhm.
and Vaughn played tuba for
Oh.
Parish Hill High School.
Oh.
So he'd never played sousaphone, and I had never played tuba.
Really?
So for the second half of the year, we swapped.
Wow.
Yeah, our band teachers let us swap.
Well, that's cool.
So I'm like, whoa, this is awesome.
Whole new different world.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I like the tuba better because the tuba had that you could crack the bell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it came out. It was more solid.
Mhm.
With the sousaphone, it was like a rattling sound
Yeah.
sometimes. So, but that was I had a fiberglass
Oh.
sousaphone. It
Well, that's
wasn't.
cool.
It wasn't brass.
So it's lighter? Was it lighter?
Oh, much
Yeah,
lighter.
yeah.
Yeah. But I had to wear it.
Mhm.
Just put it on.
Yep.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget when my band teacher, never met him, came into my physical science class as a freshman, and he literally came to recruit me to play tuba.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't know, but I found out that was my favorite class in
Really?
high school. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I played trombone.
Huh?
I played the trombone.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Vaughn says UConn will never be the same after that weekend because we made a all Eastern band, and we were part of that, and that was a long week because of practice and
Mhm.
oh my god! So we got to play at UConn.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Dot connecting Daryl says, I truly believe conspiracy theories are for lazy people who don't want to look up the facts. They just like the brain candy stories. Okay. Oh, by the way, Daryl, you got to look at my computer. It's getting really hot and the battery's not charging. You know, the
Ooh.
new battery.
That's a problem.
I just got a new battery.
Oh, okay.
It's not charging. Yeah. So
Well, that's an interesting thought. I mean,
Daryl always has some interesting thoughts. Did I have Bob Brulard? When did you graduate? I graduated in 84, and I did not have Mr. Brulard, although I do know who he is. I had Mr. Schumacher.
the Schumacher? Shoemaker? Or Schumacher?
Schumacher. And it's weird because after we graduated, by the way, that was Bev Cleaver that said, ask me those questions because it's coming up Facebook user. So if you come into the group, which is great, we love having you here. If you don't click at the top where it says, we can use your name, it just comes up Facebook user. So But then I look on my own personal, I can see it there. So, okay. Schumacher. It was weird, like I said, because after I graduated, and there was a few of us, it was also his last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. He was moving on to Old Lyme. He's from New London, and he just said right out, he goes, "Yeah, call me Rick." No,
Yeah, it's kind of.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'm not much older than you guys," because he was 24 when he
Oh, no kidding.
he came in. Yeah, so
Wow.
we're graduating. No. Yeah, we graduated, and he's like 28.
Wow.
So it's like, we're like,
That's kind of tough.
yeah. Well, no, but everybody respects him. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
So, and he goes, yeah, just call me Rick. And a couple of us looked at him because he always took us on a trip every year to Ocean Beach. We had a cookout, and it was always a blast.
Mhm.
And I looked at him and I said, "No, I can't do it." We even called him Shoey. You know what I mean? Short for Schumacher,
Yeah.
I guess. But Rick just wasn't in the. It's like I can't see any of my teachers. Is that your phone?
Yeah, I picked up voices. Or something.
Oh, it's hearing voices. And it's funny because about a year ago, I saw him at Christmas tree shops. And he was like, "Hey, how are you?" And he went into banking and
Oh, totally moved on.
oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
he left education altogether.
Hmm.
Anyway, "Hey, Mr. Schumacher, here I am in my 50s."
Wow.
And he goes, "Rick," I said, "I can't.
You're
I
still.
still can't."
Yeah.
It's like Mr. Gilo, who was the school principal for a couple of years. He had a long tenure, as an educator in this town, and so many people know him. I can't call him Norm. There's no way.
Norm.
I couldn't do it.
Reminds me of Cheers. Norm.
To me, he's Mr. Gilo.
Mhm.
And he'll always be Mr. Gilo. That's it.
Mhm.
There was one other teacher too that said, no, Mr. Gilo never said call him, but I just couldn't do it. I would never even think of doing it. It's like
Mhm.
going against everything that I
Yeah, we
believed
had
in.
a chief. You retired as a chief after 36 something years,
Yeah,
and all of a sudden what are you gonna call him?
Chief.
Yeah, we call him chief. He's like, "I'm not chief anymore. You can't. Don't. You have a new chief, but you're still
Chief.
chief." It's
Yeah, it's
still had that authority, respect towards the person that had that over you. It's,
yes. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
That is very true. So the last one was our biology teacher, and her name was Miss Lupinacci.
Ooh.
Okay.
loopy.
We call her Miss Loop.
Mhm.
So after she retired from teaching, she finally got married and married a guy who they own a marina now in Gales Ferry, and they still do even to this day. So, but I remember her saying, because her and my mother became friends.
Oh.
And she said, "Just call me Lucy." And I'm like,
Yeah,
because her name was Lucille Lupinacci. And I'm like, I can't. I can't do it. You'll always be,
Mhm.
I mean, as cavalier as I'll get is Miss Loop. That was it. I wasn't gonna, so
Yeah.
Anyway, boy, we have really flown off the subject, or I have really flown off the subject. I don't think you've really, you talked about like conspiracy theories. There are so many of them. Is this just another one?
I've never been a big one with conspiracy theories myself, but
Yeah.
because there's always that reason behind it that's taking place that people twist everything, and no matter, it's like the telephone game.
Yeah.
What's really going on, and then you tell somebody else, and it turns into something else, and it goes down. But I think if you follow the money, is what it always comes down to. Follow,
Yeah.
where's the money going? Where does it end? Where does it? So it's all a big, I want to say game, but It's a game that's been going on forever and it's still taking place. Well, you look at the Cold War, for instance. We'll follow the money.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it was a court that actually came up with the legitimate definition of woke.
Oh,
which is physically shaken when in a deep sleep.
yes.
So that's the best
Thank you.
definition yet.
Yeah.
And Bev says she loved Miss Loop. Who didn't love Miss Loop? She was one of those that the students just really liked.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Third floor. Science, biology. And I couldn't dissect the cat. I couldn't do it.
What?
I just couldn't do it.
It's already dead.
Okay. But I just couldn't do it. Made me sad.
Yeah.
I love animals, I mean, like I just
Well,
Fluffy.
to picture it looking up at you and saying, "Don't do it."
Why? Why? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Victoria, follow the money. That's the general consensus here is follow the money, follow the money, follow the money.
I mean, you got conspiracy theorists. Was the whole COVID thing designed to get rid of Trump?
I don't know.
Who knows?
That's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Who knows?
Who really
I don't know.
knows?
But I think it was taken and run with to meet somebody's agenda or a group's agenda.
So now you have the religious side of things. And instead of conspiracy theories, they're saying, or I've heard a lot of people say, oh, this is just the Bible and all the biblical proportions.
You
The
mean
end
like-
times.
Oh, like what do they call it? The apocalypse or the...
Yeah. So depending on who you talk to, everybody has a different, like you said earlier, they have a different twist.
Yeah, meeting their own agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Mhm.
Are we in the end times?
I don't think so. I mean,
Who knows
who will know?
Who
You know when
knows?
you find out?
when it happens?
When it happens, right?
Because the one thing that I have always heard, and I'm not going to quote the Bible because I will misquote it,
Mhm.
and I don't want to do that, is that he will come like a thief in the night. Meaning, so everybody's making predictions. Nobody knows.
No.
Nobody
Anybody that says they know, lying. So, or they're making it up. It's my own thought. 'Cause I don't think anybody woke up and said, "Hey, I think I'm going to die today," or not many do. So,
Yeah.
But it's I think a lot of conspiracies are brought up to meet the people's own agenda in their head of what they want it to mean. But again, I think follow the money. When it comes down to it, anything that happens when you get into government or anywhere else is designed around money. It's just the way it is. When they say the money, what makes the world go around? Is it? Yeah, it's really money. So in reality, unfortunately, but
All right. So, Dawn, good morning. I'm going to read this comment to you.
All right.
And tell me what you think about this, because I have an opinion as well. What would be a non-conspiracy reason why local news, CNN, and others are losing ratings, ... hugely? Check recent ratings. Why aren't the supporters of the current administration flocking to those stations? Especially because they are so anti-prior administration. Follow the money. It's a game, and many of us are not playing, hence major loss in ratings.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not just CNN.
no, every news broadcast channel does it.
All their ratings are down. So Dawn, it's not just CNN, just so you know, it's also Reuters, it's also Fox News, it's CNBC, who might even not make it out of 2022. These are all organizations that have seen a huge drop in ratings. And it's not really It's social media. It's social media, and the reason why it's social media, I believe it's social media, is because that's what people do. They go on social media and they do this. Scroll, 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 and they see what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And if something catches their eye, they stop. And they go, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll read this. And that's it.
Well, I think that's part of it. I think the other part is these news broadcast channels, for instance, Fox, what side are they on mostly?
I mean, I understand what she's saying, but
And CNN, what other side are they on? What's the other ones? Like you said, CNBC, ABC. Like I used to love Good Morning America. I can't even stomach watching that anymore.
there are so many people out there now
Mhm.
that are so fed up with the right. They're
Mhm.
so fed up with the left. This is why ratings are down, because people
Mhm.
don't want to stomach it anymore.
Well, I think it's not news anymore. They're pushing the political agenda. It's not news. It's like if I wanted to get someone's opinion, I'd ask them. I don't want to listen to some what's his name, that broadcaster and political correspondent, George
Stephanopoulos.
Yeah, staph infection, whatever. He's
Okay.
like, I don't care what your opinion is because you don't live in real society anymore. So why do I want to hear what your opinion on something is? Or tell me what's going on in the world today, not what your opinion of it is. And people don't want to listen to it anymore.
Daryl says all the news organizations are losing ratings because the person that was the major draw is no longer relevant. When a new clown emerges, then people will watch. Yes, because they love sensationalism.
Yeah.
Why do you think people watch Jerry Springer?
It was reality.
Yeah. Yeah, because they, it's
It
like
was funny.
it was fun. It
Yeah.
was sensationalistic.
Yeah.
Joe, you are not the father. Maury,
Mhm.
Yeah. How about Judge Judy?
Yeah.
She was funny, and
Mhm.
everything, and tough.
Mhm.
People would watch that because she was everything that we were not.
Yep. Yeah.
Dawn says, I semi-agree with scrolling, but look at them all. It's the same spin and no investing done like the Paul Harvey days. I love Paul Harvey. Paul Harvey was just amazing.
Name's it's familiar, but I can't picture it in my head.
Good day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what's funny? I've been looking up Paul Harvey in the last week or so.
But like you was mentioning social media, though, you can't even really look at social media anymore and think everything on there is true.
Which I'm gonna brings right into the next comment from Cindy and says news is supposed to be informative and factual, not opinion.
Right. That was what I was going to with the other two as well. CNN, Fox, they're not informative anymore.
Well, yeah, you're right. But it's not just a national health.
Mhm.
It is also a local level.
Mhm.
So I've had people ask me in the last couple of weeks, you don't carry as much local news anymore. And I said, you're right.
It's that kid on the bike, probably.
Teachers, man. God. And I don't. And the reason why is because everybody wants to be, they want their 5 minutes of fame. Oh, there's a news story. Boom. Griswold now.
Mhm.
Everybody's got this. Everybody's got that. Look at me. Look at me. And I'm like, I'm done. People go, oh, well, no. So we're going to do more human interest stuff, things that, opinions and whatever, like we're doing today.
Mhm.
But as far as local news,
What really has been local news lately?
well, there's been.
Well, I mean,
kind of.
You get it from the police departments and stuff, but
Huh?
I mean, what else is going on besides all the bad stuff that people want to read?
Because I don't think anybody cares.
Right. That's what I'm
They
saying.
say they care.
Right.
Just like they said, oh, yeah, I'll support a bakery. What happened? They didn't support a bakery.
Mhm.
Folks, social media is not going to save your business. I've seen it every day.
Well, that you got to be open too.
That's true.
But no, I think people want to get the real information. Like you said, they have to go out and find it. You're not going to get it on media, TV, telephone, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Because all of that, who's posting it, that's their own, most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time, that's their opinion, or they're twisting it to meet their own agenda. It's human nature, kind of. But
Oh, sure. I understand that. I really do. So,
like, I like going on sometimes. You watch Fox News, get the
Yep.
story on it, and then you go to CNN. What's their version of it? And you go to other media outlets. What are their versions on it? And somewhere in the middle, you're going to get the
I was
truth.
just going to say somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Yep.
I don't know. I just, I don't know. I'm just done with it. I mean, so yeah, as far as local news is concerned and stuff, and like, I follow it. I just don't report it much anymore. And the reason for that is because, you know, people just want to scroll,
Mhm.
and that's it. So I'm okay with that. I really am. You know,
Mhm.
and I still get people who go to me and go, "So what's going on down there? Or you should be down there." And I'm like, "Why?"
Mhm.
You know, I mean, there's not a lot of support for it. So,
Hmm.
you know, you don't miss what you miss until it's
Gone.
Gone.
Yep. Oh, big comment.
Victoria, I think people have stopped watching because they don't want to be manipulated. It's like the current administration saying they created the most jobs in history, blah, 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 and unemployment at historic lows. And some people know that COVID shutdowns were lifted and people went back to work. Unemployment is down because people used all of their benefits.
Mhm.
Kathy says,
Uh-oh.
do TikTok news segments.
Oh.
But see, that wouldn't fit into my niche. Like I do 80s stuff. 80s and current news. I don't know if that would work. Hey, Sarah, good morning. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. But no, I don't, I think as much as people say, I want to know, I don't think it's they want to know. They should just be saying, I'm just really nosy.
Well, they want something to bitch about.
What happened? What's a bang?
Yeah.
Did you lose internet too? You know,
Mhm.
but as far as reporting what happened at the latest Board of Selectmen meeting, nobody cares.
No.
And it's okay. But, don't say, hey, Mike, what happened? I don't know. Did you go to the meeting? No. Huh.
Then we should do a survey one day of what do people really care about? Exactly.
That's, that is a really simple question, but probably the
Harder.
hardest simple question. It's like, what, or, it's okay. All right. So let's ask it.
Mhm.
And you're not here Thursday, right?
No, I'm working. Yeah.
Just quit your damn
Sorry.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't get the same
God.
benefits.
Oh, yeah, as here, I know, But what that is true. What is it that you care about? I'm not talking about family, because we all know that's
the
the
easy
obvious
one.
answer.
Yeah.
That's low hanging fruit there. But
Yeah.
when it comes to society and the world around you, what do you really care about?
Mm-hmm. Chirp, chirp.
Vaughn, that is inappropriate, dude. Yeah, we're not that kind of station. I would delete that before I'm going to delete it. Oh shit, I can't.
Too late?
No. Vaughn, I love you, but that's inappropriate, dude. Gas prices, utility prices, food pricing.
Hey, money.
Yeah, but that's
No,
I
it's
think
a
those
factor in life.
Yeah. Laura says, and hey, Laura, how are you? People will say they care about certain things just to look good on social media.
Mhm.
Laura, why are you always right? They look right to their acquaintances when in fact they only care about themselves.
There's some fact in that, I guess. Yeah.
Let's see. If you get a newspaper but only read the comics, you can't start complaining about all the news being fake.
Okay.
Highlights magazine is bigger than most newspapers now.
Really?
Oh, God. Yeah.
I used to read it rather. Used to look at the pictures, but
Yeah. But really, I mean, Dawn, I appreciate your, what you said there. What your, what is it you truly care about? And you're the only one that put anything. So, and that's part of it, and this is nothing against anybody. A lot of people don't want to because they're afraid, I think, or they're concerned what other people may think.
100%.
Yeah. I know that I have thoughts, and believe something. You know what? I don't want to say anything because I don't know how.
Oh yeah.
How many people say, "Well, I don't want to say anything."
All the time.
All the time. Sarah says, "I care about making independent local businesses sustainable and not taxed and charged out of business."
She running for office?
No, she's just a nice lady. Yeah, about that.
Which part?
Which part? No, she cares about making local independent businesses sustainable.
Yeah.
One thing that I have preached here at SNSN and before SNSN when it was Wolverine Radio. Support local before there is no more local to support. And then you go, "Oh, what the hell happened?" Well, honestly, you're seeing it around you now. People are closing down at a record pace.
Mm-hmm.
And landlords are charging outrageous rates to try to recoup what they've lost over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult. Some buildings are being sold.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the hell we're going to do right now. There's no there's no concrete this is happening.
And there's small business is tough now. You can't afford to stay open. It's
here's something I believe, and I'm not afraid to say it. $15 an hour. That was the worst thing that could happen.
Oh, it is.
I mean, but it's like, well, we need $15 an hour to go ahead and survive.
Well, I don't think they looked at the big picture.
No, $15 an hour, you're going to shut down local business is what you're going to do.
Yeah, because what's going to happen? You got to pay all these people more that aren't doing much to begin with. I'll say it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And then you got where's that money going to come from to pay them?
Yeah,
they have to raise the prices to now support that.
Exactly.
But now they're raising the price to support that. You get a tax on that for the business because it's an income. It's a big whirlwind, and all they've done is screw everybody else.
If you're paying $12 an hour and all of a sudden now you got to pay $15 and you have 10 employees.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's $3 an hour times 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's $30 an hour. So let's say you're open 20 hours a week, whatever, just, a number. That's $600 a week. That's $2,400 to $2,700 because if you multiply it by 4.3 weeks in a month, because there are 4 5-week months.
Mm-hmm.
That is money that's just right off the top.
Yep. And now what they're not really looking at is why did they raise the minimum wage? Which I understand people can't live on that money, but hell, I get paid good money for my job, and it's still not enough to survive in society 100%.
Yep.
But so we got to raise the minimum wage. Okay. But now what's going to happen for everything that those people in the minimum wage have to buy to survive? That price is going up too. So you're really not making more money in the long run.
True.
It's a big whirlwind. It's
Well, I mean, inflation is at a record 120% inflation rate as of before 1982. So in 40 years ago, okay? So what does that mean? $1 in 1982. You need to, that has the purchasing power of $2.72 today. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Donna says, I care about our locals and town economy, gas, food, businesses, and the state of our country. One thing, of course, I will say about that is Donna, is runs the food bank.
Oh, okay.
Here in town.
Oh,
So he's not just saying it, he's doing it.
all right. So I've worked with him before.
He's a cool.
Yeah.
Sarah says, and I love these comments. You are right, Mike. Then we all go down to Mystic on a weekend and shop the small businesses we could have right here in 06351.
On a cheaper level, yeah.
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 But I want to go down and spend $14 on a sandwich
Yeah. Just
because of the atmosphere.
the clothing stores, I don't think would survive up here.
Huh?
I don't think the clothing stores was. I don't think anybody would. It's a different type of. What's the word? Clientele.
I've been trying to push this vampire thing for a couple of years, and look at this. Griswold Parks and Rec all of a sudden has a vampire event.
Hey, they're listening to you.
It's about time.
Ryan's listening to you.
It's about time. Daryl says $15 an hour would be fine if inflation, rent, oil, and all the other overhead weren't going up. You want to give employees a raise? How about doing a cost of business? Or low cost of doing business? So if the inflation rate right now in just this year is like 9% and you're giving a 3% raise, it's either they can't afford to give more of a raise or they don't want to.
Could be both. Depends on who it is. Sure.
Exactly. Sarah says, my son worked at Hank's this summer. They paid $15.50 for grill cooks, and he thought he was Rockefeller every payday. $15 an hour is great money for high school kids with no bills.
Exactly. But what's going to happen when they have to pay bills?
When I worked at Skate-In, which, oh my God, I had never had so much fun at a job as working at Skate-In in Plainfield. I mean, $4.25.
Yeah. Yep. I remember working.
I'd cash my check after 40 hours after taxes, $131. Yes.
That's when I worked at McDonald's in high school, the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think they're not, when you're raising the pay scale to $15, you're also raising the cost of everything else. That's the.
Daryl says every time you turn around, you got to put out another fire. And that's true. And Donna wanted to clear something up because I volunteer at the food bank. I don't run it. Donna, you are the food bank. If it wasn't for you, it would crumble. No offense to anybody else that works there. But much respect, Mr. Langwong, for doing what you did. So, did we get an answer?
Couple.
No,
Money.
to like
money.
Yeah. That's what the main. That's the main.
With everything else.
General consensus, or the main consensus.
Well, the thoughts or the beliefs they have all still center around money. But
yeah,
you have to, if you want to get an answer on anything, you follow the money. It comes down to that.
And that's not Republican and that's not Democrat.
No, it's everything. It's life.
Yeah.
Everything.
And we're too busy making things Republican and Democrat.
Yeah. And I think I've said it before, I believe. If you sit down, like for instance, the commissions and committees I'm on, there's people that
both are
Republican, Democrat. Yeah, you too. Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green, whatever. I don't, doesn't matter. When you're sitting in those, that fact is never brought up.
Yeah.
Because when you talk, everybody tends to believe in the same thing.
Well,
for the most part.
When you're dealing with local politics and local issues and stuff, I think there's so many blurred lines when it comes to what party you're in, because everybody's pretty much close to the aisle. Because when you're talking local stuff, I think you're more concerned with your community, and you're not looking at
Exactly.
the the worldwide view.
Yeah.
I would rather focus myself on local
Mhm.
government, just because this is where we live. This is what's going to affect us today.
Yeah.
There are some things that they make judgments on that really has no effect on what happens right here in Griswold or Jewett City.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
So why don't we worry about controlling what we can control
Mhm.
and build our community around that,
Mhm.
instead of worrying about, oh my God, there's another Republican. Oh my God, there's another Democrat.
I always thought, and I know
Doesn't matter.
it would never happen because it's actually built in the Constitution, I believe, is you get rid of Republican Democratic parties. You are who
Yeah.
you are.
There are, I've seen this country, and I'm sure everybody else has too, that's around my age and older, that this country has prospered under Republicans. This country has prospered under Democrats.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't think it's so much, now you got them just fighting back and forth because it's just like the will to win, but everything is just cyclical.
Yeah.
It's just, now
They say we're taking care of this because this is what we believe in faith-wise or this and that. No, you're all full of crap. It comes down to money.
How many times have we said it? You and I,
Yeah.
said if you're really concerned about what's going on, show up at a local meeting.
Mhm.
Find out what's going on in
Mhm.
your backyard.
Mhm.
You
I think a
know?
lot of people are scared to find out what's going on too.
perhaps, but
At least
Um,
higher than the local level, I should say.
but what I find out though is the people that come to meetings, they come back.
Yeah.
If they go to one or two, they come back,
Mhm.
because now all of a sudden they have a vested interest of what's going on.
And that's what I think it boils down to. When do you see them at meetings? When they feel that they are being done wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's true. Keep Griswold quiet.
Mhm.
Boom. We had to have no pun intended with the boom. Or the senior center.
Mhm.
People will show up out of that because of their concerns. And
Mhm.
Bev just said, I have a concern as a senior citizen. How are senior citizens going to pay this winter for oil, food, medicine, and all that? We aren't getting Social Security increases that I know of.
No, there are actually ways that they can. You got to contact the town on that. You got to contact the town on that.
Yeah.
So she knows that. That's why I put that on there. Yeah.
Yeah. And Bev, go to a Board of Selectmen meeting. Talk about your concerns.
Mhm.
Because honestly, you go to a Board of Selectmen meeting, you're not going to see just the selectmen.
Mhm.
You're going to see the senior center director too.
Yep.
And I love Tina. Don't get me wrong. I adore her. So, but whether you love her or not, she is who she is.
Mhm.
And I've never seen her do anything that's other than straight down the line.
Yeah, she's not political at all.
No, not at all. So,
She's the one to contact for the oil and everything for senior citizens.
yeah, Bev, I would definitely reach out, to a meeting. And I appreciate what you're saying. I
Mhm.
honestly appreciate what you're saying. But
That is
know.
going to be a big concern this year.
right, a lot of people will speak up on Griswold now. What a bunch of horseshit.
Mhm.
That doesn't go anywhere. That doesn't help anybody.
Yeah, because anybody that has to do with anything is not reading Griswold now.
Exactly. Thanks, Court. He says, right on, Mike. Local government is where you can really make a difference. Wish we had a better turnout for the budget referendum with the additional question. Are you talking about? Are you talking about the cannabis question?
Yeah, there's two of them on there. That's why I was wondering. Yeah.
Social Security COLA won't be announced until fall of 2023. And Cindy goes on to say, we keep an eye out for it in an affordable housing management. I mean, that's what she's in. She's in housing management.
Oh, okay.
Cindy is. So I think we went
around the world.
Yeah. In less than a day.
See, in the beginning, again, we were looking for something to talk about.
But is it just a conspiracy theory? Or did we actually talk about relevant
I think what we
subjects?
talked about was relevant. Conspiracies are real. However, it's not real. People use conspiracy theories as something that is bad, but in reality, everything you look at is based around money, which tends to be conspiracy. What's a conspiracy? It's a plan.
Yeah. Here's a statement that I'm just going to read it. Bev goes on to say, I can't go into public at this time due to immunity issues. I used to go to meetings. So this goes back into something. This has been an argument that has been going on since COVID.
Which is?
Stream the meetings.
Oh, okay. So she's worried about the health going into public. Is that what she's saying? That's what I was.
Because she has some immunity issues.
Okay, so she can't go to the meetings. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Stream the meetings.
No reason not to anymore.
All right, town hall. I don't care if you use me or some other company. I really don't care. Oh, I'm local, so it'd be cool if you use me. But stream the meetings. Not everybody can make it. We are in a whole new world right now. There are a lot of senior citizens that cannot make it to a meeting for one reason or another. How about the people that are sitting at a desk at 6:30 at night because they can't get out of work like you, and you can go ahead and
just be a part of the meeting.
Yeah.
So wasn't it the Plainfield first selectman that said at some point they required to stream them?
I don't know if he said they required.
I thought he said that I thought he actually used the word required, but could be wrong.
Court, boy, let me tell you something. Court, I need another co-host. Why will you not come in here?
That'd be cool.
Oh my God.
That'd be awesome.
What a big coup that would be.
That would be great.
To have Court Kinney here.
Come on down, Court.
ARPA money should be used to make all meetings streamed.
Bingo.
Spot on. Boom.
I think there's still money out there.
So they say. The thing is I think that it should be. I don't even think that the town should go out and buy their own equipment, because now you're going to need volunteers. And guess what? Volunteers are great for a couple weeks, a month, and then it's like, I ain't got time. And then what happens? Nothing.
I think in every organization you've seen volunteering is not
exactly
going up. It's going way down. So
Bev says, I would love that to be online. I attend church every week because they live stream. And you want to know something? I go to church. I attend River Church.
That's the one down here?
Yes.
Yeah, School Street.
Yep. For many reasons. This last Sunday, they had a big potluck.
Wow.
And just food for days. I couldn't go. I told myself I couldn't go. Why? Because I had still tested positive for COVID-19. It was 2 flipping weeks. Even though I was quote unquote out of the
danger zone. Yeah.
The danger zone, and
after 5 days.
Yeah. I wasn't going to go down there with a bunch of people and have the chance of something would happen. So I watched it online.
Yeah, my brother's a pastor. He live streams all his services.
Yeah, so I just watched it online, and and it was good. So I understand, where Bev is coming from. So I want to do one thing here first before we go. Where is it? Let's see. I'm going to show a picture. And this right here, folks, what I'm going to show you, this person, this human, this guy right there, that's Bennett.
Oh, yeah.
So this is why anybody that has a grandchild, this is why you want a better tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is it right here. This guy. And if you take a look, I mean, he's a miracle baby. I'm not going to get into the story.
Yep.
But he's just a miracle. If you look at the picture on the left, he was an embryo, frozen, and here he is. And like I said, it's a story, and it's a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter went through amazing, and her and Matt went through amazing, stressful, anything that I heard from her stuff. It was just, but this is why you want a better world.
Yeah.
We
asked what was important to people, and that's
got to leave it
there
to
you
him.
go. Yeah.
We got to leave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's little Bennett or Benny. Look, he's got cool dance moves. So anyway.
Awesome.
Well, let's see. Oh, look at that. Thank you for the comments. But hey, I didn't do anything. I just rooted him on. My daughter and her husband. That's the first time I put up a picture of Benny. But I just wanted to. But I figured it was apropos today. Talking about
definitely.
What's going on, and this is why we have these conversations. To hopefully that we leave this world in a better capacity for them.
Definitely.
Than it was for us, because hopefully our parents, they did that for us.
No, they tried.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah.
Sometimes not successful, but they try. So anyway,
Definitely.
all right, guys, thank you very much. We had up 90 minutes of time here today, so I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope it didn't or we didn't bend any nerves, but we just kind of shoot from the hip, and we really want to know your opinions and your thoughts on certain things, because
Matters.
it matters. It absolutely matters, and we want to keep that kind of communication going on. You have to.
That's what it's all about.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
We will see you tomorrow once again with the one and only Paul Disco Lash right here on SNSN.
Burn your freaking house down.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service